Core, the movie podcast and Twitch stream where Sean
and Aquaman
and I'm the Flash. Hi.
watch shit, talk shit, and I think that's anti-Semitic, and most importantly, eat shit. We are the law. You can't make fun of the Flash without being mildly anti-Semitic, right?
I guess so.
I guess since every comic character was made by a Jewish person, making fun of any comic character in history is anti-Semitic.
Inherently, yeah, that makes sense.
So I would guess that this show is going to be incredibly anti-Semitic since we're going to go hard. I would think.
Has anyone ever been anti-Maori before? Am I about to be the first anti-Polynesian person since Pearl Harbor?
I would guess that like the British probably were, right? They probably colonized and killed a bunch of them or something, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
They've gone to every island and killed
I'm gonna
everyone.
Google that, all right?
Okay,
Yeah.
check it out, dude.
Let's Google it. But let's all be silent as
Okay.
John Googles.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Don't vamp. I know that if you podcast, you have to use the word vamp a lot.
Vamp.
Mm-hmm.
Do not vamp.
I will
Total
not vamp.
radio
All
silence.
right, now just be quiet. Now,
For
so
the
what,
people
hold on.
who are listening, I'm being
Shut-
I'm being quiet.
Sean the fuck up.
This is for the people
So
who are
what-
watching, not the
so
people
what-
who are listening.
What am I Googling?
We watched Zack
Polynesian
Snyder's
hate.
just oh boy.
Polynesian hate.
who?
I'm worried to Google this. Okay, let's just go ahead.
We watched Zack Snyder's Justice League, not that one that was remixed by Joss Whedon 10 years ago. Who knows how long ago? It was the new one that just came out, and it's 4:3 for some reason, and it's on your TV, and it's 4.5 hours long.
Yes, it is.
And we, against all odds, watched it. All of us.
And
I think.
Talked
Did you
it
guys watch it?
and judged it and ate it.
Oh, did you ate it?
Yeah.
So I did watch it,
Okay.
but I don't even know if the way I watched it counts as like a cinematic experience or even watching a movie. I watched it literally. I think I watched it in 9 sittings,
And no.
shattering the Scooby-Doo 2 record. So there you have it, Michael.
Wow, that's a feat. That's crazy.
It
Yeah.
is 3 times as long as Scooby-Doo, though.
Not if you use the theory of relativity,
Okay.
as illustrated in Deep Blue Sea.
I think you mean the Riri of relative. Relativity. You know, because Scooby talks like that.
Oh,
Also anti-Semitic.
thought it was
Scooby-
just
Scooby
being. I
is
thought you were just
Jewish.
using racial slurs.
Oh
again.
no, sorry. I was like,
What?
wait, how does Scooby say it? Ours? But then I do see where you.
Ruby says we gotta burn up all those roos. Wait a minute. No, now Ruby's being anti-Semitic.
Ruby, come on, Ruby.
You know, when you get this racist this early on a show, it's not a good sign. Hard to get out.
It's tough to bail yourself out, but we're gonna pull the ripcord, and we'll never be racist again. Mark my words.
How can you be racist against Gal Gadot when you can't tell what her race is? Right?
Yeah, there you
No,
go.
I know what race she is. She wants to
Amazonian.
destroy Palestine, so
Oh,
she's definitely
cool.
from Israel. You can tell. You can tell that she wants to crush Palestine.
There you have it.
So you know
She could
exactly where
she
she's
could
from.
crush me between those legs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's so poor conveying any emotion
Yes.
that she is like not even attractive to me anymore.
Oh, really?
That is a feat of non-acting. When
Well,
you are
that-
that devoid of charm,
Mm-hmm.
you cease to be appealing. She's like a Barbie doll, which I guess in some universes Barbie dolls are sexual.
The DC universe, yeah.
In that movie, The Gate, maybe, but yeah, but she's. By the time this movie is like, this is sub Brie Larson performance.
Yes.
I never thought we would have a performance as miserably dull as Brie Larson in Captain Marvel.
Marvel Woman.
Marvel Woman.
I think that'd be great.
Marvel.
Continuing the isms. Continuing the isms.
Isms.
But she's not even like none of these actors are even hot anymore. Remember when all these actors were hot?
Yeah.
But none of them can. Even Aquaman's not that. I guess he's still pretty hot.
Yeah, he's
I don't know, but they ruined. I mean, that poor guy. I guess we'll get to him when he's Sean's best. And
he's not my best. Though I do love him.
Unfathomable.
We'll get to him in just a moment.
Whoa,
moment. Oh my god.
Should we do the plot? Do we care about the plot? Yes. Okay, I'll do it.
Can you do it in
Lord
6?
of the Rings, starring the West Coast Avengers, the substandard Avengers.
Do it in 6 parts with an epilogue, please.
Okay. No, what
Chapter
happens
1.
is there's a bad guy from space, and he's got some cubes, and he's got to put them together so that they can destroy Earth, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And Batman's like,
gems.
yes. We've got the stone rocks, and we have to put them into the Unity in order to obtainium. So, you know what? Batman's like, it's not on my watch. And yeah, and he goes, yeehaw. Hey, Seaman. Hey,
Seaman.
Strong lady. Hey, dead guy. Hey, fast boy. We're gonna all get together and fight this spaceman.
So first he gets Aquaman.
Yes.
Who is played by Diedrich Bader from Office Space.
Yes. Yes. Or
which I should like, but do not like.
Or Bill and Ted as combined into one man.
Right.
That's really good.
And then he gets the Flash, who is like the Marvel superhero of the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, the most Marvel.
Quippy.
Yeah. But kind of fucked that up too. Although I will say this, I enjoyed just having the Flash be funny in this movie more than just everybody being Tony Stark in the Joss Whedon version.
Yeah.
That's very true.
It's unsettling when like Batman cracks wise.
Yeah.
It is.
Am I watching Dogma? What's fucking happening here? Is Clerks 3?
I fell over. Uh-oh. Whoopsie daisy, Batman had a tumble.
Slipped on a banana bat peel.
Whoops. It was a lot less jokey. I do remember that. I
Yeah.
remember being like, why are they being
Less jokey and
goofy?
less feminist, Michael. Joss Whedon is feminist.
Yeah.
This is
Until
what feminism
very
looks
recently.
A man is the face of
Yeah.
feminism.
And what a face it were. Josh Whedon kind of looked like Darkseid.
He does look like Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Darkseid's like Space Larry David.
He's got like
really
a shirt.
got the sides and
Yeah.
all the way into the back.
That would be great if Darkseid had a I am a feminist shirt. That would be awesome.
That'd
That would
be
really
This
funny.
is
An
what
amazing
feminism
roast.
looks like.
Yeah.
And then
That'd
the
be an
Omega
amazing
symbol.
roast. Yeah.
I think that's great.
There needed to be more Whedon roast. There should have been Whedon roasting in here, man.
Yeah. Roast
Yeah.
him.
Oh yeah,
Roast him.
you're doing the plot, aren't you, Sean?
No, I think I was basically done.
No, what else happens?
There is no fucking plot.
I mean, there's not much. Everyone, it's like any first superhero movie, except they all have to have an origin story. So we all have to. Everybody's got an origin story. We learn in
And I know-
a few minutes about them.
I know I made the Lord of the Rings joke, but that doesn't bother me at all. Because I mean, that's the Avengers does the same thing with the cosmic cube and the Infinity Gem.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
MacGuffins are a thing. I mean,
Sure.
you know, this movie might have too many.
Great.
But you know, that's not my issue with the film is the script, but it's not that part of the script.
Ooh. Interesting.
Tell
Is
me
it?
more.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
I don't believe that you believe that, but
Well,
thank you.
you're wrong. I think that I want to hear more about the movie.
Oh, this is what happens next. They fight. Wait, what is his name? Jackhammer.
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf, man. Come
yes.
on, man.
They fight Steppenwolf.
You don't listen to Steppenwolf, man?
Yeah.
Come on down to Aquaman's boathouse and Cheese Fries restaurant.
Born to be wild.
Bubba
We
Gump.
got Jimmy Buffett on the jukebox and Steppenwolf on the jukebox, man. Come
Hey.
on, Alfred. Come on, man.
I'll say I would go to his restaurant. Like if I saw that guy serving up some shrimp, I'd be like, yeah, I'll go
Gnarly.
there.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, man.
He makes some
knows
really good
what's
shrimp.
up.
Put some pineapples in it or some shit.
Thank you. Maori cuisine. Spam in a can.
So they fight Steppenwolf, and Hammerhead.
Yeah.
And they sort of beat him.
They should have fought Foreigner.
That's good.
Cold as ice. And they
Ooh.
send him back to space, and he gets in trouble. But you know what? He actually wasn't sent back to space because he's already got all the cubes, and he's ready to put them together in Russia, so that they have another epic battle there. We learn each person's backstory for some reason. In the theatrical cut, we learned nothing about Cyborg and almost nothing about Flash, and that may have been for the best.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, everything's fine. And they all smile and stand together, except we have to watch an epilogue, and it's 10 hours long. And then the movie ends. And there's a nightmare.
Yeah, and there's a nightmare.
And the nightmare is like easily the best fucking part of the movie.
Well,
You're insane.
And you're like, why can't we just live in that? Why couldn't this have been in that universe the whole time?
I have to say I don't really remember it that well, but in the other cut, I don't know why I said it like that, but in the other cut,
In the other cut?
the Whedon one, I actually
No, this is
preferred.
the Snyder cut.
I preferred the way he did it to the. I didn't like it at all in this one. I was like, this is. What? Yeah, why is this even here? Like, it felt so out of place. Like, in the other one, it felt integrated into the movie, and this just felt like...
Well, I believe these scenes were added.
Yeah, it's
I think this is some of the only... because the Joker wasn't originally in it, so I believe these were added scenes.
Yeah, it felt
But
weird.
I am more interested in that world, in, like, the Superman is evil world, in the post-apocalyptic world, than the world that we were just in.
True,
So,
I agree. Yeah. I just think the other one... I don't even remember how they did it. I think it was probably another dream or something. But
yeah,
I felt.
Are you sure you're not thinking of from Super Batman? Because that's where he has the other.
Oh, maybe
that where he
it is.
That's where
Jimmy
they
Olsen
first
in the
go to
head?
that world, which
then,
is really cool.
Then that's probably
and
what.
allow me a few prefatory remarks. I actually like Batman versus Superman and Superman Man of Steel. Like,
Okay.
so I was ready to like this.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Alas,
It didn't.
I don't mind, and I think I don't mind any of them, but I have watched none of them at my house until now.
yeah, I'm curious what this would have been like. But I think that the nature of it being this group movie actually fucks up what Snyder. It appears to me now that Snyder succeeded on accident in the first two, because really what made the movies for me, those movies to me, was like the scale of the battles. And you'd have like these two tiny godlike figures battling, and he'd give it all this scope and scale. And now he's just, in a green screen room with like 6 muscle-bound buffoons that he has to show at all times.
Yeah,
and it just doesn't work. Like, the sense of scale is somehow gone, despite there being 7 gods fighting instead of just fucking Michael Shannon and Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
and it just doesn't have the same. It just felt, despite Whedon being gone, this one still feels way more like a Marvel movie than the other two.
True.
It absolutely does.
That mandate had come down, and it kind of fits. And this this movie is kind of somehow a slapdash, haphazard 4-hour. 6-chaptered book.
Yeah.
Before we get too deep into the things that are bad about this movie, which there might be a couple, we must say things that are good about it.
What?
Michael, we long to hear your beef lamuro of this movie. What is the best part of Zack Snyder's The Snyder Cut? # Justice League.
I just
release the Snyder Cut.
Yeah. I knew you would pick me, and I'm looking at my overwhelming amount of notes, and I don't see a single word that says Euro. But
you must have liked something about this movie.
I don't remember where it was, but there was something with. I think Alfred was my favorite part. I think he does a good job. I'll say that.
And that's the 4th best Alfred in cinematic history.
Yes.
And it's still probably one of the better parts.
But
he's a good Alfred.
I like that his role is like the Q or whatever from James.
Yes.
Like, I make the weapons. Like,
in order to understand your disdain, I have to ask you a series of questions.
Okay.
Is this your worst? Did you like it more or less than the Josh Whedon version?
I don't see, as you saw, I don't really remember because I
Okay.
thought a scene from Batman versus Superman.
Fair.
But
It's
I didn't.
not memorable, which is fairly damning in and of itself.
I thought.
Did you like this movie any better than any of the Marvel movies you've seen?
I think so. I'm not a big Marvel boy, so I guess, or it's at least tied with them. Maybe I don't know.
So I guess what I'm trying to figure out on your like Stan Lee's hierarchy. I shouldn't have said Stan Lee. Jack Kirby's hierarchy of needs here. Like, how bad of a comic book movie is this? Is this just another bad comic book movie, or was it? What level of disdain are we holding it here?
Okay, the disdain mainly, it's fun. It is a comic book movie, so I'm already not really interested. But but the real disdain is the length, because it feels completely unnecessary, and like even the scenes feel pointlessly long. You're like, what?
It was deemed unnecessary. This film was deemed unnecessary.
Yes.
Until the incels like us, the podcasters of the world, unite. That's the greatest Justice League story of them all.
Yeah.
It's all the white men in the world.
The heroes.
And one Dark Ruffalo.
Getting
together and uniting us.
Because who would throw this on? I can see like Avengers or something. Oh, I'll watch that. But I would never be like, oh, I'm going to throw on a 4-hour... Like, I just can't see it happening.
This is where you and I... This is where our paths go.
Uh-oh.
Because, and I don't know what it is about Zack Snyder movies, but the only time I can watch them is when I'm just like, you know what? I want to see these characters that I enjoy. This happens with Watchmen, a movie that sucks. It's probably better than this, but it sucks.
That's great.
But I love that work, and sometimes when I'm doing something else, I want to like, let's see what old Rorschach is up to these days. And I'll put it on because I do think Snyder, more so than just about any of these comic book directors, does create like a very indelible and iconic version of these heroes.
True.
And I, with the exception of Aquaman, which is just a fucking like catastrophic miss. Like so beyond catastrophic misses. And it's not even Jason Momoa's fault. Like, whoever decided that he was only going to speak in monosyllabic, like, fucking Bart Simpson epithets is just a very, I don't know what kind of disdain they held for themselves, the audience, the character.
Yeah.
It's fine. But like, when I like, he does a great job of, like, showing the characters in an epic, grandiose way, and he's obsessed with honoring the comics, and really this is all nostalgia porn anyway.
Yeah.
So like, you know, it's I can throw his shit on in the back if I don't have to think about it. If I don't have to actually invest 4 hours into a Zack Snyder thing, I'm fine with it. So I think it's interesting that you feel almost the exact opposite way.
Yeah,
I could see myself putting this on in the background in the near future.
See, to me, that's like the ultimate insult to like someone who like crafted something. Like,
you may be right.
But I don't know. Like, yeah. But this is not about the bad stuff yet. This is
you guys are really.
Yeah. Did any of the kill donkeys that are along for the ride? Did any of you kill donkeys enjoy it? Please let us know in the chat.
Yes, please let us know.
John, what's your Euro?
I have a Euro. I prepared. This is what happened. This movie, I think I've said more negative things about it than I even really feel. It's like I feel completely middling about it. Like there's really cool parts. There's parts that I think are dog shit, and in the end, that evens out to be fine. Which is how I feel about almost all of any comic book, because they are just kind of homogenized. And
I'll piggyback. I don't even think this is a bad superhero movie. And Chad Ryden in the chat did enjoy it, and he generally hates Superman and superheroes.
There you go.
But it has the disadvantage of, Sean alluded to it earlier, it's not on the big cinema screen, which is the only place I watch superhero movies.
Yeah,
really.
Yes.
Makes sense.
That hurts a lot, I think.
Bass.
You know, and then
just
also
imagining this movie with bass, where it's like,
although
Superman smashes into the ground, and I go.
The Danny Elfman Avengers score was bad, but this Junkie XL score is transcendentally poor.
Yeah, pretty lame.
But yeah, I continue, Sean. Sorry to mean.
Oh, sorry. So good part. They, spoiler alert, kill Steppenwolf, and the way they do it is kind of a fun Avengers Assemble method.
Yeah,
like
where...
Street Fighter 2 Turbo Tag Team Mortal Kombat.
Yes, exactly. Aquaman stabs him in the back, holds him over his head.
All right,
Hell yeah!
yeah.
He goes yeehaw, and Superman punches him, and then fucking Wonder Woman goes
You are,
and she cuts his head off.
Yes.
And then he floats through the time portal.
Yeah.
Darkseid steps on his severed head.
Yeah.
And that part's just great. Like, that's the kind of dumb shit that I want from a movie like this, is like dudes and chicks teaming up to cut people's heads off and do badass shit. And that was like, yeah. When I saw it, I was like, yes, do that. Cut off that guy's head. Badass. I love it. Did you guys have anything that you felt so optimistic about, just like me?
Like I said, I think this is, on par with like the first Avengers movie. This is a fair to middling superhero movie. It's totally fine. Not one of the bad. We're not talking about like Captain Marvel or like I like this better than even like Black Panther or Thor 2 or lots of. This is like a B tier Marvel movie, except it has had so much money poured into it that I guess it has to be considered a failure, and it was considered a failure, and that's why they remade it with Joss Whedon at the helm, even though Zack Snyder's like daughter had just killed herself. Oh, man, it gets so dark.
That's rough.
The making and unmaking of this movie is completely disturbing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I guess it's nice that Zack Snyder got to do his thing.
Yes.
But something else that, and Sean may be right about this, the Cyborg and Flash stories are back.
Yes.
And the Cyborg story is pretty much the main through line.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And I thought
he gets the entire epilogue.
That the guy, first of all, let me say that I think Henry Cavill was in the previous two movies an awesome Superman. He's
amazing.
Barely fucking in this movie.
Yeah.
Is not allowed to do any of the things that made him great in the first two movies.
Yeah.
Same thing with Batman, who's just given like weird, hopeful lines and this strange thing where he like accrues faith throughout the movie, but for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
So Affleck is kindly neutered. We've talked about how Wonder Woman is just a bad actress at this point. She's exposed as a bad actress. Jason Momoa, who has presence, looks awesome. I think is probably a good actor. Is just fucked in the mouth by having these goddamn cowabungas put into his mouth.
Love cowabungas.
Flash is good.
Yeah.
Ezra Miller as Flash is pretty good. He's kind of annoying, but I think he's supposed to be annoying.
Yes.
He's supposed to be like an annoying kid. He might be too effective at annoying him. And then Ray Fisher as Cyborg is the best one. He's like it's like the most effective bit of acting in the movie. Now he's given the most to do, except for the real hero, the star.
Oh shit!
Terminator 2.
Yeah.
As Cyborg's dad.
He's great.
Joe Morton. Bringing it in, bringing that gravitas like he always do.
Yeah.
Joe Morton, undefeated. Nope, in any role, whether it's like Brother from Another Planet to what is that terrible Scandal to his great performance as Miles Dyson in Terminator 2.
So good as Dyson.
Rules in this movie. Also.
Yeah, he's great. He definitely.
He's just a great actor. Glad to see.
He's always great. He's the best. Michael, tell us one positive thing before we move to negative.
Okay, I will say, I do like the effects of Flash running. I think they do that really well. And I even was a sucker for the scene where he saves the lady. I was like, oh, that's sweet. Where they have the car wreck. I was like, oh dear. That's a sweet moment.
Sweet boy.
Yeah.
Chad Ryan in the chat brings up something I'm interested to talk to Michael about this.
Uh-oh.
The moment early on when the little girl asks Wonder Woman, "Can I be like you someday?" And she said, "You can be anything you want to be." Chad says this is super powerful, very important for young girls to have a hero that looks like them to say that. I am a father to a young girl.
Oh, true.
I disagree with Chad. I think, I think Chad is correct, but I think it's kind of when it's done in this manner, it is pandering.
Yeah.
And shitty.
Well, it's tough. I had the similar thing with like Black Panther, like the big rage about like, oh, this is so great to have black heroes for our, and I'm like, I get that, but it is so just like using you as well. Like, I can't get past that. This is just a huge studio with a lot of money, and they know that
it's
funded by the CIA
it
and
is
the
taking,
military.
It is people who don't believe this shit, don't believe. They don't pay Gal Gadot hardly anything compared to what they're paying these other men, by the way, for these roles. They don't believe this. They're taking your own shit that you do believe in, Chad Ryden, and remember to Kill Donkeys in the chat, that you do believe in and you know it is important, and they're selling it back to you. And that's why it's fucking gross. And that's why Black Panther is really fucking gross.
Yeah, I hated that. I hated that way more than this, so that's a good sign.
Black Panther is a travesty, but I'm afraid to fucking say it.
Whoa.
I'm glad that no one listens
it's
to it.
It's finally out.
Actually, Black Panther is a great movie because it's about black people. So...
and then I pull down my lip, and there's like a tattoo that says, "No, it isn't."
I'm black.
I'm black, actually.
This is a very important time during the show for us to remind people that Michael is black.
Yes, remember that.
So we can say whatever we want just because Michael is black.
And in the past, on the phone or at drive-thrus, people have said "ma'am." So
if I turn around, I am indiscernible from any overweight female.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah, a lady on a trail once stopped me and she goes, "Oh my god, I thought you were the lady from the Alabama Shakes." And I was like, holy shit, that's more of an insult to her that you
got roasted hard. Wow,
like, damn.
That's amazing.
I said, come on, Brittany.
I want to see a sequel to the Wonder Woman scene where that little girl is grown up and she's like 53 and she's like living in a trailer park. She's like, "You lied to me, Wonder Woman. You lied to me. My dreams didn't come true.
That's
worthless."
The epilogue.
Yeah, that's the epilogue.
The epilogue of the epilogue.
Yeah, Joker's like, har, 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 hardy, har, har. Okay, negative stuff. I've got 1,000, but one.
Can I do one more Euro?
Yes, please. We need it.
Our boy Zuckerberg back.
Oh yeah.
Jesse Eisenstein back, and classic. I love the notion of Lex Luthor as just this Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg mashup that they definitely further
he really is
further executed in this movie. So
just a bald. He actually looks. It's surprising because I think of him as big puffy haired dude, but he looks pretty good as a bald boy.
Bald boy. Also, we have a correction from the Kill Donkeys. Wonder Woman said you can be, not you will be. It is
that's true.
It's completely dependent on
the individual. I was reading Chad's verbatim, but
you could
put my own slant on there, didn't I?
You could possibly be whatever you want to be. I mean, there's every chance that you won't be. it's less inspiring that way.
What you need is some really annoying and abrasive music to play every time you do
Don't
anything.
You step on my low man.
Okay, I'm low manning first. I have 50, so I'll go first. 1, main low main. I like most of the like Michael. I like most of the first Flash sequence, where we learned that he is a romantic man trying to get a job at a
hot dog smuggling pervert.
Yes. But the part of that I don't like is 1, sesame seeds, slow-mo sesame seeds, and slow-mo hot dogs.
Yeah.
It's just like,
didn't
why even do this shit after the Quicksilver stuff in the
true
best Marvel superhero movie, X-Men
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past.
Yeah, Days of Future
Actual
Past.
plot that was good and
it was fun.
Pathos.
I feel like the X-Men movies don't get a lot of credit, but I actually like.
Yeah.
Well, not Apocalypse was pretty bad, but
they're good. Yeah,
Chad Ryden also brings up hot dog was weird. Also, he touched her hair. Cancel Ezra Miller again, because I think Ezra Miller already has been canceled.
I think he was pre-canceled and now he's re-canceled.
Yeah,
but yes,
we'll get back to you on those cancellations.
It is definitely bad in relation to the Quicksilver thing, which even though they like kind of stole their own bit for the second time
Yeah.
is still both times much, much better.
Yeah.
And like
Even with like the Jim Croce needle drop, still better.
yes, amazing. Like in those movies, you're like, holy fuck, this is so fucking awesome. And in this, you're like, oh, this is pretty cool.
And this would have been, but it's third. We saw it third.
Yes,
It's better than Quicksilver in Avengers.
Yes,
too.
fact.
That's who can even remember a single moment of anything he did.
Avengers
he
2,
died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Age of Ultron.
Thank goodness he died.
When will that get reassessed and called by some guy named Josh online? Secretly the best Marvel.
Ooh.
I think it already did once WandaVision. I think it was already happening once WandaVision came out.
Oh wow.
Which I will not watch. Okay. Drop some negativity on me right now, and then I'll drop some more on you, and we can drop it. We can keep dropping.
Keep dropping.
Crush this thing.
Well, I'll keep the needle drops going. If I ever hear Wonder Woman's goddamn theme song, it will be too soon. That's one of the most abrasive. What is that? A zither? It's one of the most fucking horrendous sounds I've. It sounds like Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber trying to bore through your head with the most annoying sound. It is fucking terrifying.
It's so bad, and happens any moment she is on screen. It's like too much.
God.
It's awful.
I can't wait for the next generation's Quentin Tarantino to repurpose that in a horror film 60 years from now.
Yes.
Like, Jesus.
It's also crazy because it is bad, but also it is, I think, evocative of the wrong thing. Like when I hear it, I think of 80s movies when Arnold is about to kill some terrorists or something.
I think of bees, locusts, bees.
Sure, something like that.
Or like
But
sad.
nothing positive.
Yeah.
And also, like, why? Okay, I don't know where the Amazons live, but it's not the Middle East, right?
I don't think so.
Greece?
Is it Greece? Is that where they
Crete?
live?
Is it Crete?
I guess so, but it
Greece.
doesn't make me think like I is not what I think of when I think of Greece, right? Am I just not that up on world music?
I will say, and this could be a line of contention for everybody, but
Say it.
once it switches from the squealing to the like dun 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 dun, dun I do like that one more.
It's too late for me, man. I'm lost. You can't come back from all aboard! It's Crazy Train now, Michael.
Yeah, that would be better.
You can't get off the Crazy Train once that shit has happened.
What if Crazy Train started every time she
That would be
so
much better.
Yeah.
I can't believe Crazy Train doesn't start every time Aquaman does something.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't believe Aquaman didn't say all aboard at some point. Oh man, I wish I could have seen this with Sean. Just fapping along to everything Aquaman.
I loved it. I love Aquaman for I think the exact opposite. I think for the exact reason that you hate him is why I love him is because he is Bill and Ted in this movie, and like I just love him being Bill and Ted and just being like, yeah, we're having a fun time killing space dudes. And I
There's
go,
an
oh,
amazing
yeah.
arc that Aquaman has where he just lies. Where Aquaman like spends the first 2/3 of the movie being like, I don't care about nothing, man.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude. Hell no, dude. All right, dude. Heck yeah, fuck you, dude. Don't fuck with me, dude. Fuck you, dude. All right, dude. And then, like, in the denouement, like, Flash is like, but you always acted like you didn't care. And Aquaman was like, nah, dude. I never said that, bro. I do care.
Oh.
Like a whole fucking lot.
Yeah.
I love you, Flash.
You know what caring is,
Roll
John?
Tide, Flash.
Caring is so badass.
Badass, Alfred. Ooh, I want to. While we're talking about Alfred, I like Jeremy Irons as Alfred, but the problem with the Jeremy Irons being Alfred is Jeremy Irons is better than almost everybody in the movie.
True.
So you're like, why is Jeremy Irons so much more exciting than Batman?
That's true.
This is
But-
weird.
But that happens. Michael Caine's the best person, non-Bane.
Oh,
person
yeah,
in
true.
the Batman movies. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you're
just
right.
a long. Michael Guff is probably better than everyone else, or Go,
You're right.
or however you say it.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I agree.
I have 10 more negative things.
Fuck.
Here we go.
940.
1. force majeure pregnancy test.
Oh, that was weird.
What?
There's okay. So Lois
That has
Lane
to be
opens
for a
the door.
sequel that never was, right?
It must be.
Explain yourself.
Okay,
Explain
so
yourself.
Lois Lane is sad. Her job
Looks sad.
Poor Amy Adams is
Looking rough.
forced to look sad.
Yeah.
They just cut to her sometimes, and she looks
It's
sad for a
sad.
minute and a half, and then they cut away.
Sitting in the dark with Diane Lane.
Yes.
Oh well, not her actually.
Fuck off. Mike.
Wow. And she opens a drawer, and in it says "force majeure pregnancy
Yeah,
test,"
that's the
I
weirdest.
expect that shit from Sean, but not from you, Michael.
I'm
which
sorry.
is a really absurd title for a pregnancy
Oh,
test.
it's so weird.
I mean, even if it is somewhat appropriate for like an unexpected thing that you cannot control,
Yeah,
it's like
Yeah.
it's too silly.
it's so silly.
It's like if they made
Unexpected tragedy.
Yeah.
yes,
What if it said that? That'd be great.
unexpected tragedy pregnancy test and abortion kit. More negative stuff.
And-
You guys have negative stuff in between my negative stuff.
Well, obviously the length for me is the
Yes.
ultimate low main. It's like
That's what she said, dude.
Yeah, the length. I actually like them small. The thing, I will say Flash. I don't like Flash at all.
Ooh.
I like his running effects, but I don't. I just. It's that thing. It's like Tom Holland in Spider-Man trying to be awkward, but he's not at all.
Oh yeah, because
I
you know
hate
the
it.
real pain.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like you're not doing it right. Going. Ooh, 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 that's not it.
Well, because they're being charming awkward. Michael,
Hell
and
no.
You are just disturbing awkward.
Yeah, exactly.
There's different kinds of awkwardness out there.
No.
There's charming,
Yeah,
likable.
There's real and fake.
One day meet another semi-awkward person, have kids, and then there's we live in a society Joker.
Yeah,
awkward,
that's
who,
true.
Later, eats someone.
That is true.
Who does he eat
That's a
someone?
good point. Which I don't think he does it right either, by the way. He's my other low main. Ugh, he's barely in
Joker?
it and he ruined this
Got scary
already
teeth.
bad movie. Yeah, I didn't he was even worse than he was in Suicide Squad. I was
Oh wow.
like, how did you get worse?
Talk.
Anyways.
He's
But-
just a really. We're talking about Jared Leto's Joker now.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
He's just a really bad actor. Okay?
Mhm.
Like an exceedingly poor actor.
Yeah.
And then this movie is not about acting to the point where this is probably my biggest low main besides fucking Wonder Woman theme is we have a pretty cool scene wherein we see Darkseid beaten back by a bunch of like mythological beings from different like heritages and stuff. Like we have Ares and Zeus and the Amazonians and the Atlanteans, and instead of
And the Green
casting
Lantern.
these roles, and Green Lantern, instead of casting these roles, they appear to be fully rendered CGI human beings.
Yeah, they look weird.
And it's just fucking preposterous.
It looks goofy.
So weird.
Like, you telling me Gerard Butler's not available? Do a little 300 callback? I mean, they just basically made him look like that anyways.
Yes.
And those scenes could have been cool, and I guess maybe even on a big screen were cool. Because don't get me wrong, I do think Snyder like does the action better than like the Marvel team. That
Yeah.
does the Marvel team clearly does all the action scenes for their movies.
Yeah.
The video game, and then they're like, "We'll get these guys from Arrested Development to punch up the scripts and do the little inserts."
Yeah.
Which that's no way to make fucking movies.
It's
either.
really weird.
Argument win for Scorsese on this one. But,
There you go.
Scorsese.
but yeah, like it's just weird to just maybe this movie's better if it's just everyone's CGI rendered. I mean,
Well,
go one way or the other for God's sake.
That's how I feel. I just at some point was just like, why is this just not all animated? Like I would be way more invested. It really is the people. And another thing that clashes, I had the same problem with Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman. It's just
Michael, be careful what you're about to
like I know, I gotta tread lightly. I think there's just a disconnect between like the artful shots, like they like really beautifully crafted shots, and then just cut to CG. Like there's a part in this with like really cool splashing water over Aquaman. It's all like practical, and then suddenly he's fart swimming through the water. It's like this just doesn't.
Oh man, I forgot about the fart
work.
swimming. That's so good. Well, man, I don't know when this fucking happened, but like around 2009, every director decided, I'm really into. Who I'm really influenced by? Terry Malick.
Yeah,
Terry Malick's one of my favorite directors. And all of a sudden now, because it's a lot easier to capture shit like Terrence Malick used to, everybody's shooting at goddamn magic hour with their goddamn red cams. It is obnoxious.
Yeah.
Like, I still think this movie has more style, and I don't want to use words like auteur theory. We're talking about Zack fucking Snyder. But I do think this is, for better or for worse, a filmmaker as opposed to, a commercial toy maker, which is what we get out of Josh Whedon.
True.
Sure.
I think this is more interesting to look at than any Marvel movie. I'll say that
100%,
because they all look like the exact same movie, which I get, but it just makes it boring.
Sean and I've talked about this privately. I'm much more interested in a filmmaker whose movies I don't even like being boxed in by these Marvel DC things and being forced to play within the color within the lines, but I still want to see their style. Yeah. Like I don't want to see and I feel this way about comic books as well. I don't want to see a house style art. When I enjoy comic books and when I enjoy film is when different people bring different interpretations to things.
Yeah, for sure.
I liked the Avengers movies as much as anyone at the beginning because I was seeing all my childhood heroes come to life. But I am now fatigued by it. And it's because it's the same thing ad nauseum.
It's exhausting.
Absolutely. Okay, more negative stuff. I got plenty. One.
That was good.
This is wild because this goes along with the CG and non-CGI being forced together. There's kind of a slightly moving reunion scene with Lois Lane and Superman in this beautiful field, and it's kind of nice. Except for some reason, it's just like big, weird CGI sky. Yeah. It's like we've got regular corn, regular human corn, regular human people, but big, weird CGI sky. And I just, like, stuff like that, it's like, wasn't there a sky there?
Yeah.
Why
did you get rid of that sky?
There was no sky.
This was a green screen black box theater movie.
It's crazy.
Did they bring all the corn into the green screen box?
This was shot in the very same studios as Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo.
Wow. They blew it.
It's also only one take. I don't know if y'all noticed. But...
Oh, well, then that I mean, if that's true, then it's not bad.
Yeah.
Alfred is fixing a car at the end of the world. I just feel like I wouldn't be doing much. If I knew that the world was about to end, I probably wouldn't be like tinkering in my MG.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have that British stiff upper lippedness.
That's true. I don't have, my upper lip is limp. Okay. Okay, so Flash is running and he's giving himself a dumbass pep talk, and he's repeating things his dad told him, and he's like, make your own future, make your own past. And he's like, they do this a few times, but it's like, why are you saying the things that we know that you're thinking?
Yeah.
Could have been worse, man. Could have been
talking.
Martha.
Yeah, that was the
It is not as bad as Martha.
That was hilarious.
Scripts for these movies are uniformly disastrous.
Yes.
The Zack Snyder Batman, Superman, Justice League scripts are fucking horrendous, and it's amazing that he's able to make them visually interesting enough. But when they have to sit there and act, like there is a scene with Wonder Woman and Batman in the Batcave that is, it's as unintelligible as anything in like The Room.
Yeah,
it's like Tommy Wiseau shit. It's like, I mean, it's just a fucking nonsense goddamn script.
I did write down one Batman line I really particularly hated. He said, "I don't care how many demons or how many hells. He hasn't fought us, not us, united." I was like, what? This is bad.
Not us, justice.
Oh, but I will say I think they improved on the design of the bad guy, even though he kind of looks goofy. But I think he looks way less goofy. The last bad guy just looks like a dude, and like he looks like a little dude in armor.
I can't really do like the Michael Bay like moving metal spiky things anymore.
True.
Though.
True.
And y'all know I love Michael Bay, but I can't do Bayformers metal stuff anymore.
We all love Michael Bay.
Bayformers, but I don't think the voice fits. Like the voice was clearly made for the other design, and this voice does not fit this.
I love that actor, and it's just a nonsense role.
Yeah. This one may be controversial. Please don't get mad at me. But
too late.
Superman's back, and he's walking through the super cave, and many different outfits are revealing themselves to him. And in this moment, there's another part where, for some reason, there's talking when there shouldn't be. There's like voiceover of his my two dads, just talking to him, being like, you know, son, sometimes you gotta be a good boy and fly around. And then there's Russell Crowe in space, like, son, you have to go and you have to be a spaceman and fly around. And they're both talking about flying, and they show different outfits. And eventually he passes by the classic Superman suit, and I believe this is comic appropriate, goes to the black suit, which doesn't seem, I know that it might be comic appropriate, but it doesn't seem right for the feel of this scene.
Yeah.
Like, Superman is back. I want to see him back in the blue and red with the big epic yellow S on his chest.
Yeah.
They're swelling the music. I want to see him turn and look at the old school outfit and then put that on and feel him as regular Superman, which is what they did in the Joss Whedon version.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that is one of the main things that suffers in the Zack Snyder for me, just because like everybody's got a black gray outfit. It's just, I want to see him in that beautiful Superman blue and red. That is just my personal opinion.
Superman's not in this movie.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what's going on. He's just not really in this movie. But let me get something straight.
Yeah.
In a movie where I had to listen to Gal Gadot do nothing.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa play Johnny Utah.
Yeah. Crush it.
Ezra Miller play like autistic Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. You're going to get upset about a scene that has Kevin Costner and Russell Crowe. Well, you're going to pull out your bitch sweep for that?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
This is the part that I don't like about it, is that this could be shown to us. We're watching him walk through this thing in the same way that, like, Flash doesn't need to say stuff. We don't need to hear him.
You're correct.
I mean, I just want to see him walk through this thing. He looks at different outfits, and then he looks up at one. We don't see what he's looking at. They finally reveal his beautiful, strong, powerful Henry Cavill chest and the big thing. The horns. The horns are big and epic and noble, and he flies away, and we go, yeah, Superman! We like Superman because he's a god, but he's still, even though he could kill us all if he wanted to,
John
he doesn't.
Williams Superman.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Genuinely, just put that in there. They own it.
And the Danny Elfman Batman, like, you need to be using all of that stuff. And I know they got Danny Elfman for the Whedon thing, and that was probably an upgrade, but that movie was so unbelievably miserable that I erased it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
They should just use those old themes always.
Yeah.
They're perfect. The Batman theme is so perfect. The Superman theme is so perfect. Just use them.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Have some memorable theme other than just a brutal, painful theme like the Wonder Woman theme.
And speaking of brutal and painful, there was another line I thought of that I laughed out loud when they said it. I think it was the Superman's mom, talking with Amy Adams, and she just goes, "Everywhere I go, everywhere I look, I see that S." It's like, what? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's what a mourning mother says. Everywhere I go, I see that S.
Like,
also, when Clark shows back up, she sees him. She goes, "Is it you?" And he goes, "It's me, Ma."
Yeah, me, Ma.
And I immediately thought, me, Ma.
Yeah, me,
like,
Ma.
It's Grandma.
It's me, Ma.
I just love it's
Hi,
me,
it's
Mom.
me, Ma.
Everybody in the movie is on that like 300 warrior Spartan diet, including the director from Michael's picture of him behind him there, except for Amy Adams, who looks like she just like came off of the set of Leaving Las Vegas or something.
True, yeah.
It's like, good Lord, take it easy, Zach. What's going on? She looks like she just got done, just got back from the last, Philip Seymour Hoffman's last few moments on.
Oh no,
it's fucking terrible.
It is, yeah.
Fucking brutal.
She's rough.
Is that what morning looks like? I've never been in morning.
Oh yeah. That's what it looks like. That's what.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell me more, Michael.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you all about it. So the first part, I also thought that all of the Superman stuff, including like the Lois, it just is so hard to balance this movie. Like it just felt so sluggishly slow. Like even him being bad, I was just like, and it clashed with like, oh, the world's gonna end soon. But it's just like, we're just gonna sit on the farm. It just felt so
field,
didn't really make any sense. So
yeah,
it's just confusing. There's too much going on, and
there's a lot of shit going on, and it's hard to balance it all.
Yeah, it really is.
But we can't talk about Justice League forever.
No,
we have to talk about other movies. For instance, what movies are we going to talk about next week? And any choices? Anything that you want to talk about next week that we should put in the poll? John, you always have a good pick.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know if you guys have heard, but David Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad is apparently available, and I think we should release the Ayers cut. We need to pound sign. You go to the number 3 on your keyboard, and you hold the shift button down, you hit 3, and then release the Ayers cut.
Yeah.
But no, I forgot that we do this on the show. So if you pick a movie, Sean, I'll think of one real quick.
This is
I have
tough.
no ideas. I don't remember what movies are happening. Are there any movies?
All right, I'm going. All right, you guys, vamp boys.
Vamp. If we're going new, I know the stupid Godzilla's coming out.
Fuck yeah! When does that come out?
That's not for a while.
I think it's
God
out.
Damn it, Michael.
That's not for like a week or two.
I think it's already.
Vin Diesel's Bloodshot costs money, and I don't ever want to watch a superhero movie again.
Fuck no. Mortal Kombat's coming out soon.
You're just naming things that come out sometime in the next 6 months.
Well, because
that doesn't mean we can watch them next week.
I just know I saw a post that was like they had to scale back the gore because it was almost unreleasable. I was like, but it's all gonna be CG gore. That doesn't.
And I think it's got one of the Indonesian guys from Night Comes for Us, which is pretty exciting.
That sounds cool.
Can
we watch that?
Cool. Yes, we could watch The Night Comes for Us, but it's fucking brutal.
Great.
Have you watched The Night Comes for Us, Michael?
Put it on the list.
Put it on the list. Night Comes for Us. There's one of them.
Night Comes for Us.
Is that easily found? How do we find it?
It's on Netflix.
Okay, Netflix. Cool.
I like easily found movies.
Yes.
It's nice. Update. I did watch.
Are you watching a video?
Yeah.
I'm on Netflix. I'm fucking Netflix.
It's all playing ads.
Oh god.
They got you so good.
Wow. Well, we can't release this episode because
the trial of the Chicago 7.
Oh, we haven't watched that yet. Put that on the list.
The trial of the Chicago 7.
Trial of the Chicago 7. Are there other free ones?
I don't know.
Hey, we're gonna put it on the poll. Go to Twitter. If you're not on Twitter right now, go over to Twitter to @FoodCourtCast and look for the poll and vote. And on the vote, there will be a few different movies, one of which is The Trial of Chicago 7, the other which is the one I mentioned earlier. And while you're on the internet, head over to Instagram to Food Court Movie Podcast. Follow us. Hit the heart button on all of our posts. If you're in your favorite podcast app, give us 5 stars. Write us a long review that says, "You guys are the best. We love you, and we love your mixed race thing." It makes me feel very comfortable because there's a few white guys, which is safe, and there's like a kind of black guy, which is like edgy, and we like it.
Have we done Defy Bloods? The chat wants Defy Bloods.
Oh, no, we haven't done that.
Let's do Defy Bloods.
Okay, we'll put it on the list. There's no way it'll win. It's too old. It will never win. But we'll put it on the list anyway. And
do you want to put the Black Panther movie back on the list?
No way.
Okay, that was a no from Michael.
That was a big no. Yeah,
Overruled.
we can't watch Black Panther.
Oh, I thought you meant
No,
Black Panther.
No, the Black Panther movie.
Oh.
Oh, yes, sure. Put it on there.
Which one? What is that called?
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Messiah.
We have all four. Judas and the Black Messiah, The Five Bloods, The Night Comes for Us, and Trial of Chicago 7.
Yes.
Go over to Twitter, vote, and most importantly, even more importantly than voting,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say on behalf of Michael Hampton, on behalf of the late great John Burr, and can you do an on behalf of yourself? I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try. On behalf of me, Sean Parrott, bon appetit.